What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank, and today is going to be a little bit of a different video because I would like to highlight something that's happening right now that I'm not sure if everybody is aware of. Now, it's involving black culture. And there's currently a competition going on right now, all right? And it's in our beloved hip hop community subgenre of rapping. Now, I want to talk about this in a different light. All right, we're going to talk about this in its natural raw form that it truly is. Okay, now let's break down. We all know that we're going to break down what rapping is. Rapping is using words, right, on a beat, right, and rhyming, matching words and creating witty wordplay, which creates intelligence. You have to be intelligent to do this, right? So you're telling a story, right? Or you're making a suggestion, or you're saying any manner of things, but you have to rhyme the words, right, to at least a 2/4 cadence, because that's what we do. Black folks, we're on a 2/4 cadence, right? White folks are on a 1/3 cadence, right? A 1/3 cadence. We are on a 2/4 cadence, right? That's how we roll. That's our vibrate. That's our number, right? So while we're intellectually, expressing ourselves, whether we're doing a freestyle, meaning we're just either a topic is given, or you just doing whatever you like completely in front of an audience, and you just say what you got to say, in the most cleverest way you can, while making sure to rhyme the words, utilizing certain rules within the English lexicon to actually facilitate the competition. So there are rules, right? Now, when battling another foe, usually these battles are to the death, intellectual death, right? And this is a straight African tradition that has evolved into this thing, and this thing is currently happening with our artists, because African people, we're well known for a lot of things in the world of artists and poets, right? We've always been known for our poetry. Like I keep saying, black people are the masters of linguists. We are the masters of communication, right? We're the best at it, right? That's why we have a sport and we have the talent to entertain utilizing the spoken word, right? And we've mastered the art of capturing vibrations that resonate with people, at various levels, in various different octaves. We have that talent. That's what we do. We do it naturally, right? So of course we would have a jousting or a combat sport utilizing the brain, the intellect, right? One's wits. So currently right now in hip hop, which we know as of late has been lacking in one of its main ingredients, which is bars, right? Actual witty wordplay, and it's been relegated to trendy beats and gimmicks, trendy beats and mumble cadences that's easy to duplicate, like McDonald's burgers and fries, right? And real hip hop heads and people who do appreciate the actual art of hip hop, right, they have been kind of tired of it, But as of late, every now and then, within the scene itself, something happens that creates a natural duel, there's a natural event that happens ever so often within this sport, because there's a lot of egos involved, right? You have to be somewhat arrogant, in competitive, right? Intellectually competitive with your fellow poets, because it's a sport. It's always been competition. Even back with the great griots of Africa, who will go along telling stories to the drum, because storytelling with drums is an easy way to get information downloaded in one's brain. That's why we're such oratorially skilled, because we've been doing it for thousands of years to pass along information, to pass along our history, our culture, and to pass along various stories that happens around the continent. Right? These griots would travel all around the continent themselves, and they would sing and tell stories in the form of poetry to a beat. Europeans had their own form, and you see them in movies all the time. Those people, the little guy walking around with the little guitar like a thing, singing songs and stories. They had their own form. They were storytellers, right? That's what they did in Europe. And in Africa, our form was doing it to the drum and probably to various different other winded instruments, you know, the same way we always do, right? Telling a story. So right now we have the artist Kendrick Lamar, who decided he wanted to start an intellectual battle with some of his, you know, his hip hop brethren.
These niggas talking out of their neck. Don't put no coffin out of your mouth. I'm way too paranoid for a threat. Hey, let's get it, bro. DOT, the money, power, respect. The last one is better. Say yes, a lot of goofies with a check. I mean, I hold them sentiments symbolic. My temperament bipolar, I choose violence. Okay, let's get it up. It's time for him to prove that he's a problem. Niggas clicking up, but pay not be legit. No 40 water, tell him. Yeah, get up with me. Fuck sneak this and first person shooter. I hope they came with 3 switches. I crash out like fuck rap. This Melly Mel if I had to. Got 2 T's with me. I'm snatching chains and burning tattoos. It's up. Lost too many soldiers not to play it safe. If he walk around with that stick, it ain't Andre 3K. Think I won't drop the location. I still got PTSD. Motherfuck the big 3. Nigga, it's just big me. Nigga, bum. What?
Whether personal or business related, he just decided it was time and he took a shot, right? An intellectual shot, and he challenged the number one intellectual hip hop rapper, like the guy who has the best bars. He challenged him to say, you know, he's number one, he's the best, right? So he did his thing, right? Which put a lot of other rappers on notice. See, once he does the call out, and this is for those who don't understand what's going on. Once he does the call out, for whatever reason, he's decided that he's going to call these guys out. He did the call out and he named names. So it's not a planned thing. This is a on the spot thing. So that means the other artist, right? They have to answer the call, or they have to concede that the other one has won, right? And we were all hoping that Kendrick Lamar would battle back because he was one of the ones that was called out. We were looking forward to 2 intellectual geniuses battling it out on wax. This is all fair play. It's all part of the game. Anything can be said. There are certain lines that are culturally, communally, you shouldn't cross, but sometimes they are crossed, and they're usually taken on a case by case basis of how it was said and in what context it was said, or whether that was foul play or not. Right? But for the most part, there are no rules within this intellectual poetry joust between everybody. So J. Cole didn't say anything, but he gave an apology for, you know, some personal transgressions that happened in the past. He didn't feel he wasn't into it. So it disappointed a lot of people, because in the culture, if you get called out and you got bars, we know you got bars, we want to hear the bars. You know, we don't care about your personal issues. You got called out, and that's the everybody pauses. Listen, it doesn't matter who is against who, what camp is with what camp, where you from. Everybody within the hip hop community pauses because the challenge has been made. Just like the wild, wild west of Black African intellectual thought. All right, everybody stops because we're gonna pay. We need to see this fight. Everybody is a judge, and we're all charged to judge this thing fairly and objectively, and we're gonna do it no matter who our favorite rapper is, right? So most people are upset with J. Cole, but then Drake, who was also called out, and his bars, his skills with the pen has also been questioned, because he's been known at times to have what you call ghost writers, meaning people who write for him, which is very shunned in the hip hop community when it comes to pure MCing. People who actually write their own poetry, you know, and perform that thing. Some people actually let others write for them, so there's a poet behind the rapper, and that's shunned in the purist community. But you know, I mean, it's all personal preference. But when called out, no matter what it is that they do for entertainment or make money, you know, you got to come with the bars. You have to defend yourself with your poetry intellectually against the person that's challenging you intellectually with their poetry. So Drake did his thing.
Hey, I
could never be nobody #1 fan. Your first #1, I had to put it in your hand. You pussies can't get booked outside America for nan. I'm out in Tokyo because I'm big in Japan. I'm the hit maker y'all depend on. Backstage in my city, it was friend zone. You won't never take no chain off of us. How the fuck you big stepping with a size 7 man zone? This the part with the bite, nigga, what's up? I know my picture on the wall when y'all cook up. Extortion, baby, whole career you been shook up. Cause Top told you drop it, give me 50 like some push-ups. Hood, your last one brick, you really not on shit. They make excuses for you cause they hate to see me lit. Pull your contract cause we gotta see the split. The way you doing splits, bitch, your pants might rip. You better do that motherfucking show inside the bitty. Maroon 5 need a verse, you better make it witty. Then we need a verse for the Swifties. Top say drop, you better drop and give them 50.
And everybody's judging whether Drake did a good job or not, whether Drake was witty enough or not. Was Drake popping off enough or not? Did he have enough punchlines? Did he have enough punches? How many jabs did he have? It's almost like boxing, right? But it's with words. And everybody, most people are gonna have their opinion who won, but there will be a consensus at the end of the day, right? So then, because for some reason I think Rick Ross got involved.
Fish tanks and marble floors, living big and bad. Niggas laugh until they hit with my official jab. Crack smoke is the exhaust from my pen and pad. Ghost writers, they get the floss, what you could have had. Record label taking a loss, are you in your bag? You a worker on the chart, don't make me laugh. Get the mind, tell by my watch, this a different time. Living fine, I'm getting high as your shit decline. Who believes he moving keys in his Louis V's? Run up on you and snatch your chain, watch you bitches bleed. Feel the pain or just describe will you really ride? Either you niggas getting money or ready to die.
Right, because I think when Drake took a shot at Kendrick back, Drake took a shot at a few other people, right? So now Drake returns the favor and calls out other people, right? And now expands this intellectual poetry competition. So now if your name is called out, you are expected to do something to participate in this combat sport, or you'll lose marks with the community. And everybody's paying attention to whether they like you or not, whether you had a hit or not. This is a distinct African-American combat intellectual sport that we got from the great griots of Africa, who also participated in the same battles when confronting each other, because you're talking about the griots being very famous artists. So when one was in town, one may have told a story better, one may have had wittier lines, one may had a slicker style, all right? And then when in comparison, they will have battled each other for maybe telling the same story, or maybe passing along insults as to take favor with the community at which they are competing for favor from, right? And then the community themselves would judge. And if done in person, you are allowed, with the African rule set, to call and response. So if one of the opponents want to utilize the crowd, right? If the crowd is picking it up the 2 and 4 and can pick up the rhyme pattern and where it's going, they can participate within the battle if the call is made, right? Because call and response, that's something that African people do distinctly, that everybody knows we're world famous for, right? So Rick Ross did his thing, right? And then so now, when you're talking about the big three, we're talking about the best 3 rappers, other people who got things to say to start getting involved. So then Lil Wayne reminded people that he should be considered for one of the best MCs.
Sorry, I'm not sorry, I'm too gnarly for your shit, bitch. I'ma make you go from calamari back to fish sticks. They put you in a whole new category when you this rich. I try to tell that bitch this every time that bitch. Told her not to nitpick, told her I'm too lit. Told her I got hoes trying to photo by my dick pics. Don't show your mama my dick pic. Told you I was big shit, wipe a nigga no sniff. Bloody clothes is drip. Silence on the Uzi, make that bitch go sit. I'm fire, you just flick. I put diamonds on her Fitbit. Family over click shit, it's big B's, we say blick shit. My blick thick is my bitch hip, they go yak like a big ship. I'm heartless nigga, your shit skip. Stop talking nigga, you get bit. Weezy baby, I'm out of here, and I'm right inside your bitch lips. Family over conflict, family over nonsense, family on some odd shit, kill a nigga on 5 cents.
He's should be considered top 3 because he's still active, right? We're talking about the active poets at the moment, right? Who participate in hip hop. The big 3, right? So everybody is trying to get involved, because remember, this is an ego thing. And when you're talking about who are the best are going to say something, especially the ones who are still active within the scene, still producing and manufacturing poetry for the community. So this is one of those things that's happening within the African American community that I don't know, everybody's not paying attention to, because a lot of us have been off-put by the current McDonald's produced form of hip hop that's kind of turned a lot of people off and got people looking at other things. But I always would like to highlight when our purest of art, which is hip hop, when done correctly, when done with the purest intentions, is having an event that's noteful. Because we rarely get this, because people get so lazy with good engineers that create snappy beats that don't require great wordplay, and hip hop heads don't get to hear the intellectual poetry that they're looking for when they're looking for real hip hop. And most of the people that do real hip hop at its purest form, what it was invented to do, to speak truth to power, to say profound things, to tell stories, right, to relate to situations and people, you know, and various other different reasons for the art form to protest. You know, they're all those people who are doing that, they're there, but they don't get highlighted, because that's not what gets bumped on the radios. Because guess what? Who owns the radio stations, right? Who owns the radio stations, right? So they put on what they want to hear. That's why we get inundated in our community, get poisoned with trash, because the people who are not us are the ones who's putting all this trash in front of us, when we have the real and purest of art forms that should be appreciated, with real bars that you can sit there and have songs and have albums that you will remember for years as classics, as true art forms, instead of this McDonald's form of hip hop that you hear one song has a catchy beat, but you can't even remember it 6 months later. You know, there's no classics being made anymore. Everything is in and out, you know. So I just wanted to highlight this this activity that's happening right now, and I'm looking forward to all the other rappers getting involved, putting their 2 cents in on who they think is the best, and listen to all the commentary from all the hip hop heads who are going to be judging all of these poets on who's the most intellectual, who's the most witty, who writes the best rhymes, who's the best rapper, who's the best MC. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Tell me what you think in the comments section. Is Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
Let me talk to you. I got a bone to pick with you, Flex. You ready for this?
I'm ready, my brother.
Check. Hey, started from the Bay, it's amazing I made it here. I guess it's safe to say I'm having a hell of a year. Flex, it's an honor to meet you, but let's be clear, I done had a bone to pick with your ass for 4 years. You've been a big part of this culture my whole life, so what I'm about to say almost don't feel right. You say some wild shit, most times you actually right, but all that disrespecting Tupac shit stops tonight.
All right,
the West Coast nigga Pop gave all of us pride. That's why when you say what you say,
I'ma stop. I won't say that about him no more. I know the Bay.
Bring me back.
They love him in the Bay. They love him in the Bay.
Come on, bring me back.
You love him in the Bay. I'ma stop. Yo, he stopped me today.
Bring it back.
Nevermore. No, let it rock. Let it rock. Go ahead.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
Rest in peace, Tupac.
Rest in peace. Can you say that one more time?
Rest in peace to Tupac.
Okay, that's all we wanted to know.
Absolutely.
We're gonna bring it back. Let's get it. Check. I started from the Bay, it's amazing I made it here. I guess it's safe to say I'm having a hell of a year. Flex, it's an honor to meet you, but let's be clear, I done had a bone to pick with your ass for 4 years. You've been a big part of this culture my whole life, so what I'm about to say almost don't feel right. You say some wild shit, most times you actually right, but all that disrespecting Tupac shit stops tonight.
Tupac, I apologize.
Nigga Pac gave all of us pride. That's why when you said what you said, we were surprised. How you wait 20-some years after he died to come on this motherfucker and keep screaming, he lied! And he ain't alive to tell his side.
True.
But I ain't mad at you cause you was speaking your mind. To keep it real, you said what's on half of these niggas' mind. Just the next time you say it, don't sound like you about to cry. Shit. Well, now that that's out the way, let's get straight to it, cause I got a whole lot to say. Nowadays, most rappers I see in XXL is glorifying shit that we was taught to teach ourselves. They told us the streets would leave a nigga dead or in jail. We started hooping and rapping to better ourselves, but that comes with baggage, cause you'll need help, and the niggas who help is niggas from a life that you left. So they take chances for you to be a success while you try to get on and help save them from themselves. Everybody plays a role, so if this whole shit fails, it's back to running the streets where every man to himself. it's hard to tell a nigga to leave the streets, especially when the money that they making is funding your dream. So even though we hoop and rap to make it out of the trap, it's the resources we lack that keep us circling back. You gotta reach back to keep your circle intact, cause when niggas can't go with you, your character gets attacked. And the niggas that's attached put batteries in your back, don't let you know when you slack, cause they don't wanna go back. So how do you detach when the ones who helped you make it can't make it the way you act? And you growing at a pace that's hard for niggas to catch, and they want you to stay the same. That's when it creates a gap. I'm at the point where I fear less and feel more, cause where I'm from, fear can keep you from what you here for. I told niggas I'm grinding so we can live more. What's crazy is we rapping for shit that niggas get killed for. You see, when nobody's eating and niggas still poor, that's when everybody want all they niggas to win more. And one friend gets what others thought they was meant for him. Before he gets it going, they'll tell you he ain't do shit for him. This fame shit's a lot. I'm about to go on tour. These lines be round the block. They told me not to fuck these thoughts on every stop. Shit, I ain't even shaking hands. I'm scared of the monkeypox. 200K in jewelry, that's 2 chains and a watch. But I'm spending my per diem on t-shirts and socks. New York about to pop. I pray nobody get shot. Chicago gonna be windy, but Texas finna be hot. I ain't been home in weeks. My album about to drop. Imagine all the fans I'ma lose if this shit flop. It's hard competing with Drake for the top spot. But imagine what we about to go through with these robots.
Be clear.
R.I.P. to PNB Rock. I said R.I.P. to PNB Rock. What? R.I.P. to BNB Rock. Man, you niggas from the block kill more niggas than cops. Let me stop.
You know what it is. Best freestyle this year.
Come on.
Best freestyle this year. The
Hey,
boys set. The
we here,
boys
Flex.
set.